Dear students, today I want to discuss the first poem prescribed by the Council of Higher Secondary Education for the first year of Arts, Science and Commerce students. Okay, and this is a very simple and very interesting poem. That is why I selected this one before starting any prose or story pieces. Okay, I have already downloaded 2 grammatical chapters, the article and the modals, meant for the first year students, and those who are interested in my lessons may subscribe to my channel DM classes on language and literature. Okay, now let us begin with the first poem written by Robert Lee Frost, born in the year 1874 and died in the year 1963. And this Robert Lee Frost can be compared with the British romantic poet, that is William Wordsworth. Both are comparable in the sense both were lovers of nature. Okay, Wordsworth loved nature, he philosophized nature, and similarly we also find in the poem of Robert Frost a deep and thorough love of nature. In the present poem, stopping by woods on a snowy evening means life, indirectly, life is a journey. We have 2 levels of understanding, 2 levels of appreciation. We can take it as a journey along the road, by the side of a forest. At the same time, this life can be also compared with a journey, a mysterious journey ending with our death. Okay, now stopping, what does it mean? When you are on onward march, when you are going on and on, when you have undertaken a journey, a travel, if you take a pause, a halt, that is called stopping. आमे यदि कौनसी गंतव्य पथरे जाउछंदी, कौनसी गोटे जर्नी करूछंदी, जदि मझिरे किछि समय पई अटक जिबा ताको कहे stopping. Just like we have a passenger halts for buses. When stopping and where stopping? Stopping by woods. Woods means a small forest having bushes, herbs and small trees, smaller than a big forest. By woods means by the side of the small forest. When on a snowy evening, the time is odd, the time is evening, and added to that evening, that darkest evening of the year, there was also extreme coldness because there was a snowfall. Now it sounds peculiar, it sounds quite strange that a passerby, that a traveler takes a halt nearby a forest in the evening hours, in the dark hours of the evening when there is falling of snow. संध्या समय से वर्षर अंधकारतम संध्या समय जो समय कि बरफ पड़ुछि, सेई अंधकाराच्छन्न बरफ पड़ुथिबा समय दि नरेटर जे कि प्रवक्ता कौन करछंती, गोटे छोटिया झाड़ पाखरे, छोटिया जंगल पाखरे ଅଟକି ଯାଇଛନ୍ତି। Why? Because he was attracted, he was charmed by the contrasting beauty of nature. Mark the word contrast. That means both were opposite. The evening is dark and the snow is white, and the traveler is on his long journey, but he is taking a halt in this odd hour. Now, juxtaposition of opposite ideas. And this poem, Stopping by Woods, was not only famous, it was not only the favorite of John Kennedy, the American president, but also it was fond of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Nehru liked it because of the 4 concluding lines that bear a message. What is that? The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. कवितार जो शेष 4 धाड़ी यहाँ गोटे वार्ता बहन करे, गोटे मेसेज क्यारी करे, जो कि जॉन केनेडी एवं आमर पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ये कविता को बहुत भल पाउथिले, and they tried to adopt it, accept it in their life. Okay, now in a deeper sense, it is an inspirational poem. The poem is about journey of life. Okay, now let us begin the poem, and while discussing the poem, reading of the text, I will explain the use of different figures of speech, the rhyme scheme, the stanza formation, so on and so forth. Okay, now first of all, let us find out the contrasting features in this poem, paradoxes in this poem. What is that? First of all, mark whose words these are, I think I know. Whose words these are, I think I know. His house is in the village though. You see, the first 2 lines at the very outset represent paradox, contrast, opposing thoughts, opposing ideas. I think I know. And if we rearrange the line, I think I know the whose words are these. I think I know. You see, both are contrasting. When somebody knows concretely, correctly, thoroughly, their person will never say I think. मु भाबुछि मु जानिछि, मु जेतले जानिछि से भावनार प्रश्न उठु नाही. That means the narrator, maybe the poet, is in a doubtful situation. He is not sure whether he correctly knows the owner of this little forest or not. And again, his house is in the village though. What does it mean? The narrator is a townsman, lives in a city, in a town, and the owner of this forest is a villager. That means a person living in a town has little idea about the villagers. Therefore, I told you that the poem is full of contrast. जदिओ ए जंगल ए झाड़र मालिक गोटे गाँव में बास करती, तथापि मु भावुची मु तांकु जानिछि. he will not see me stopping here to watch his oats fill up with snow. You see, the owner lives in a village, a rustic. The poet is beside his forest. And how can the writer, the narrator, expect the owner to see him standing beside his oats in that dark evening? ଗାଁରେ ବସବାସ କରୁଥିବା ଜଣେ ଜଙ୍ଗଲର ମାଲିକ କେମିତି ବା ଜାଣିପାରିବ, କେମିତି ବା ଦେଖିପାରିବ ତା ଜଙ୍ଗଲ ପାର୍ଶ୍ୱରେ ଜଣେ କେହି ତା ବରଫାବୃତ ଜଙ୍ଗଲକୁ ଅବଲୋକନ କରୁଛି ବୋଲି? You see, the woods are dark and deep. The forest is deep, inaccessible, dense forest because it is full of bushes and herbs. And again it is also evening, and there is no question of the villager, of the owner of the woods to come out to see the forest, to watch and watch the forest. And here the poet is standing, the narrator is standing by the side of the forest. Why? Because he is attracted by the beauty of that forest in that particular hour, that is evening. The foliage, the treetops are covered with snow. Instead of looking dark, looking black, they are white. And the inner side, the bottom part of the forest is looking dark. There is the combination of black and white. And the poet is lonely. Not exactly lonely. The poet is the sole, the lone observer of this beauty. And it clearly tells us that the poet is a deep and thorough lover of nature. Okay? And another deeper analysis can be that the poet, just like Wordsworth, philosophizes nature, finds the presence of a divinity, finds the presence of God everywhere. We know the creator of this vast universe, including the mobile and immobile things, is God. The creator is God. He is the owner of everything. And can we ever claim that we know God perfectly well? But seemingly we think we know God. Okay? Now this is the first 4 lines, and the first 4 lines will find the rhyme scheme A, B and A. A, B, A. How? The end word of the first line, that is no, no. The second line, do, no, do, A, and the fourth line, snow, no, do, snow. But the third line is here. That means the rhyme scheme is A, B, A. Okay. Now come to the second stanza. This poem consists of 4 stanzas, and I have decided to discuss only 2 because this small video can embody 2 stanzas if it is discussed thoroughly from the critical appreciation point of view. कवितार 2टी स्टांजा 8 धाड़ी मु आज क्लास रे डिस्कशन करी आउ सेकेंड वीडियो रे आई विल ट्राई टू कंप्लीट द रेस्ट. ओके, always try to find out the contrast. My little horse must think it were to stop without a farmhouse near. My little horse must think it were. You see, again contrast a sensible creature human being and insensible creature a little horse. Animal and human being. Now one is sensitive to nature, sensitive to beauty, the other is not. The horse is not attracted by the beauty of this evening woods. And what is attractive, what is common, what is general for the poet is quite strange, quite peculiar, quite queer for the animal, that is horse. जो जिनिसटा कवि जड़े सेंसिटिव क्रिएचर हिसाब रे तांको साधारण लगुची आकर्षणीय लगुची से जिनिसटा से दृश्यटा गोटे पशु पाई गोटे घोड़ा पाई विस्मयकर लगुची सेतिकी आकर्षणीय चिताकर्षक हेउ नाही जन पाई इट इज अट्रैक्टिव आउ जन पाई एटा होची strange, queer, because in the sphere of their understanding, in the sphere of their perception, both are different. Okay? To stop without a farmhouse near, because it was evening and within a very short time they are going to retire to their respective shelters for nightly rest. The horse must be thinking, the poet guesses it out, the horse must be thinking that what a strange creature is his owner who has stopped near this forest where there is no farmhouse. केड़े आश्चर्य कथा तार मालिक पाखे कौन सी फार्म हाउस नहीं साधारण फार्म हाउस कौन है जोटी कि गोटे भास्ट एरिया ऑफ लैंड कल्टिवेबल लैंड थी आउ से हार्वेस्टिंग गार्नरिंग गोटे घर देयर इज कॉल्ड फार्म हाउस पाखे कौन सी आवास नहीं बासस्थान नहीं फार्म हाउस नहीं आउ संध्या समय डार्क इवनिंग फ्रॉस्टी इवनिंग स्नोई इवनिंग why does the poet halt here? It was beyond the understanding of this horse. घोड़ा बुझी पारु नहीं. Between the woods and frozen lake, you see again contrast. No farmhouse in between two things, dark and white. Dark wood, black forest, and again the frozen lake. The lake, the water of which is covered with snow, turned to ice. पाखरे ह्रद जार पानीटा बरफावृत हो जाइए आउ पाखरे जो जंगल जोटा कि अंधारुआ ये अंधार आउ उज्जवल मझिरे जो शून्य स्थान रही ता मझिरे कौन सी फार्म हाउस नहीं. व्हाई देन दिस पोएट इज टेकिंग ए पॉज हियर, halting here. It is quite strange, it is mysterious for the poet, for the horse. The darkest evening of the year, okay, and added to that, why was the horse worried? The horse was worried because it was not an ordinary evening. It was not only snowing, it was the murkiest, the gloomiest evening of that year so far. अद्यावधि जेते संध्या आसीछि सबु संध्या तुलन रे सेई संध्याटी होउछि सबुठारु अंधकारात्मक, अधिक अंधकारशर्ण. आउ से दिन बेसी ठंडा होउछि, बेसी बरफ पड़ुछि, पाखे कौन सी घर नहीं, instead of rushing to home, instead of going to home, why does the poet take a halt here? What was the matter? What was the reason? It was not comprehensible to the horse. The horse could not understand it. Okay. The second stanza too, we find the same rhyme scheme, where, near and ear, a, and in the third line leg, that is B. The first two stanzas we have the rhyme scheme a, B, A. Okay. Now with this I think it is right to complete today's lesson, and if you have any doubt you may ask me using my mobile number 9938721090. This is my WhatsApp number, and try to subscribe, like and share to my channel, and these like videos will be uploaded for the first year students every Sunday. Okay. Till then, wait and take care of your health. Bye.